Okay, in the last episode, we talked about the anchor point tool. And so I'm going to animate the logo in a different way today. We're going to talk about masks. So I'm going to do what we did in the previous episode. I'm going to lock this layer and then turn off the eye so we don't see it. All right, and then I'm going to add another logo to the stage. So in this time, I want to create a mask. All right, the first easiest mask that we can create is just by coming up here and creating a shape. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to create a rectangle shape. I'm going to click the rectangle tool, and then I'm just going to drag this rectangle over my logo, like so. And you can see now it's created a mask. It's covered it up. All right, so now we're going to animate that mask. If we come down to our logo here, you can see here's the mask. So if I open this up, the mask path, I can now animate. So if let's say I move my cursor to 5 frames and I click on the stopwatch, I can now go ahead and I can change the position of this mask. First of all, I could change the position of these anchor points. If I can do that by going to the pen tool. So I can click here and I can move this mask. I can animate it. So let's say we want to start off with it over here to the right, and then I'm going to move my CTI up to 20 frames, and now I'm going to move it right so it's right over the logo, and there you have it. And there's the logo appears to sort of slide in, just like that. And we can do the same thing. We can add easy ease to these, and we can also add a little motion blur. So let's see how that looks. Nice. It's just a nice little mask that just reveals our logo. All right, so that's a basic mask. I want to show you what's called a track matte, which is a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm going to lock this layer and turn off the eye and drag a new logo onto the stage. Now this time, I'm going to deselect the logo. You can see here on the timeline, you can tell what's selected by clicking on it, and then it's highlighted. So I'm going to click off of that, so that way I'm not creating a mask, I'm just going to create a shape. So in this case, I'm going to go up here to the shape tool, I'm going to click and hold and create an ellipse. And I'm going to just shift drag out an ellipse so it stays a perfect circle. All right, so there I have a shape, and then here I have my logo. I'm going to put the shape just halfway over the logo, like so. I'm going to click on the logo, and then I'm going to go up to layers. I'm going to come, well, first, pardon me, I've got to come down here, and how I'm going to create a track matte, pardon me, I got a little sidetracked there, okay, is I'm going to click on the logo, and then I'm going to come down here to track matte in my timeline. If you don't see it here, just right click on this timeline top bar here, go to columns, and then just turn on the modes, and then it should appear. All right, so there's track matte. So with my logo selected, and it should be below the shape layer, I'm going to click on the track matte column here, and I want the shape layer to be a mask, so I'm going to click on it. All right, and then you can see now the shape layer is creating the mask, and I can work on it sort of independently than the mask, which was part of the logo prior. All right, so now let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead here, and here's my shape layer. I'm going to close it up, and then I'm going to hit P for position, and I'm going to hit the stopwatch. I'm going to move that keyframe up to 5, and then I'll go ahead and move it up here to 20, add another keyframe. All right, and then let's change the position. So in the second keyframe, I want my logo to appear. So that looks good. And then I'll move back to the first keyframe, and I'll scrub it so it moves off stage a little bit. All right, and of course I'm going to add a little motion blur, and let's just add easy ease. All right, let's play that through. Very nice, a little fast, and to slow things down, I can just move it up the timeline. Just going to select one anchor point and move it up here to 10 frames. All right, and now let's play that through. There we we go. That slows it down. Very nice. And that is masking.